Hi world, I hope everyone's doing well. In the previous video, I mentioned that I would be refactoring the GuitaReact project. I took my time to visualize each component and see which ones needed to be refactored. I also fixed the models so that they are now responsive on mobile devices. In this video, I'm going to talk about typography, refactoring components, and custom hooks. Typography. Typography is essential for any project. You want the user to be able to read what you are showing them on the screen without any difficulty. In this project, I was focused on making sure that each screen had elements that could be shared across the entire site, but also that each screen was unique so that users could easily understand what they were looking at. I used Material UI for this project, and I wanted to be able to use the font that I wanted. As the project progressed, I realized that there were screens that were using the same fonts, sizes, and variants, but others had some particular changes. So at first, I was using the create theme dependency from Material UI to add the fonts to each screen. However, I decided to create a file so that I could export each specific theme for each screen. I made this decision because the project is big, and it helps me to organize the project better. Refactoring components. If you've been watching the project on GitHub, you may have noticed that I broke a rule of React.js. The rule that I broke was, make the component readable or easy to read. This means that when you're building a component, you don't want to make a spaghetti code mess. The idea with React.js is that you can create as many components as you want or think are needed. Of course, the more components you create, the more code you will have to write. However, when you have to work on a specific feature, it's much easier to identify which component you need to change or update. I could talk specifically about each component that I refactored, but this video would be very long. Basically, I took my time to see which part I could take out to create a new component and make the base component smaller than before. But on this part of refactoring, I could explain a specific component that would make you understand better when it is necessary to do a refactor. Let's talk about the component dashboard. It is the first view that you have once you sign in or sign up. As you can see below the information that you have, there are 4 buttons. Each one of them is going to send you to a specific screen. This is important because if we are talking about functionality, those buttons are doing the same thing. They are sending you to a specific screen. Taking that as a base, you can analyze what are the differences of each button. In this case, we have 3 differences. Each icon is different, the button title is not the same on each of them, and the link is different too. With that information, you can create a component that has all the elements that make those buttons equal, and you can take the elements that are unique on each button as props. And that helps to turn the dashboard code from this to this. Custom hooks. The main refactor of this project was the custom hooks. When I was working on this, I could tell if I was going to work randomly to show the info from the BPM section or if I was going to show a video clip. Just like dashboard component, the functionality in both cases are the same. Of course, there are some differences between them, but both share the essential parts. Even when those functions that one side could use and the other one doesn't. I was able to handle them being on the same custom hook. These features are repeated in the custom list and when you want to randomly play all the sounds on BPM or show the video clip. I want to do this refactor when I was checking that the project was working as I wanted to. But I won't lie, I was scared that the refactor wouldn't come out well. And to be honest, I'm still surprised that the implementation was very good. I feel proud of it, This refactor helps to remove the repeated code and helps to have components with less lines of code as well. Conclusion. This project has the functionality and style that I wanted since I started design and development of it. I know there is still changes that I could implement, and I will take a look at them. However, for the moment I will leave it this way. If you have any ideas or features that you think GuitaReact could have in this version, please share them in the comment section below. If you haven't checked out the project yet, you can do so on GitHub and online. I will also update my portfolio website with this project. I'll leave the links in the description section. Thanks for sharing your time in this process, and I hope this helps or motivates you in some way to keep creating stuff. Keep going. See you around.